Joshua Rockcliffe, and I'm here to do a design video talking about the design elements of my level. Here we are in my CityLand level for Games Proposal. Here you sort of start off on this sort of helipad, essentially a helicopter flown away, leaving you here ready to explore the level. As you can see, there's flying cars because it's sort of a futuristic city. So as you move through, you move through into this sort of four-way sort of doorway. With sort of a smaller door on the entrance and bigger ones on the exits to sort of signify the level of progression. So you can go through here, and you've got these three big doorways. Idea behind this is that these are all inviting, and they sort of show off as like a sort of a waypoint, sort of where you're supposed to go, like where you can go, and it sort of uses it as like a big, kind of like a big window, so that it advertises the avenues to the player. So you've got this one down here, which sort of is in a dead end. It's got boxes and stuff that you can interact with, like so. You can interact with these boxes. And there's some static elements here as well, but you can interact with these, knock them around if you choose. And then if you go over here, there's another dead end, but the player can't do anything. But if he looks up, he sort of sees there's some populated assets back there, sort of enticing the player to think about where that would lead and how he would get there. As you can see, there's a moving element over there and a platform, sort of signifying again to the player that there's a possibility that he can explore the level and end up over there. So we'll turn around and we'll head back and go through the front door. As you can see, this sort of shows off the sort of wonder of the level. So like you see the skyline, the bustling skyline, and if you look down, there's some more there, some more flying cars to give a sense that the level is alive, and the world is moving. So it is populated, it's a populated city, it's not dead, it's densely packed, there's a lot of stuff moving. So as we'll move across, we'll see a similar sort of building to the first one, signifying to the player that these are sort of intrinsic to level progression. And as he looks around, as you can see, the sort of level sort of zigzags across over here. You can look over there. There's another area over there, and there seems to be a big pillar with some sort of signpostage over there. So it encourages the player to look around and see where it is he can go or can't go. So as we'll move along, we'll carry on going through here. This time it's only an L shape, so these circles signify that the way is locked and that this is the only way to progress. So fall down here. He won't be able to get back up, but there is an elevator here, signifying that the player can sort of do something to make the elevator start to move. So as I'll move down here, I'll go through here, going down this bridge, a zigzag pattern, into this big building. As you come through here, there's this window, these bay windows, with these sort of things going by to grab the player's eye. And if he looks over into the corner, there's some boxes there and what seems to be a ledge. Okay, that signifies to the player that that might be the way of progression. And as he looks around and scans the room, there's another locked door over there, and there is a blocked in sort of half room here. There is a collectible promoting exploration, telling the player that there are things to collect in this level. He just only needs to go find them. So as you jump up here, we'll jump onto this platform. This window is open as compared to that one over there, which is not. So when entering the room, the use of the moving cars is used to draw the player's eye and make them more inquisitive about why there's sort of movement over there, and sort of draw them in. And then once they get there, they'll signify that they'll sort of highlight that the boxes are also there, and that they're sort of it's a bog standard platform, and they can jump onto this ledge. So it's a way of telling the player where to go without having to use sort of really sort of arrows and signs and painted lines and stuff, sort of more traditional signposting. So as we move across this dangerous platform, we'll see here, if we look through this window, we'd actually be able to see that the collectible would be down there, and if the player has missed it, you would be able to then turn around and go back over this dangerous platforming section and go back and collect it. So it's to make sure that the player doesn't feel punished that he's missed out on something that would be a reward for them. So it always gives the player the option to turn around and head back and then explore in another area that perhaps he didn't pay attention to the first time around. So as we move across, we'll move across into the second platforming section. There are all these crates, these big crates, and the door that we saw before, the exit is locked, so we can't go back up there. As we look around, there's some dead alleyways here. Oh, but there's a thing here, so we'll pick that up, go back down, go into the middle, where there are these sort of platforms here. And then we'll jump up this one. As we can see, there's a big elevator there, a big imposing elevator. Sort of, again, signposting, telling the player where they need to go without showing them specifically. Letting the player's own intuition kick in and show them that they need to progress by jumping up here. So we'll jump onto this elevator, which will ride to the top. And if we turn around, we'll be able to see the level and where we've sort of come from the start of the level. And sort of we get a hint of the progression of the level and where we will end up once we have finished this loop around. So we go here, there's another collectible there, pick that up, turn around, and then there are these sort of common bits of geometry that have been used in other environments, other parts of the environment, such as down there by that building. Again, sort of using familiar parts of geometry of the level to put into the player's head that okay, these items seem familiar, so I should be on the right path. I am progressing through the level. I'm not getting lost and going somewhere I shouldn't be. We go through. Let's see here. Again, familiar bits of geometry. Down here. So we'll jump across this dangerous platform, and again, we see that there's a collectible there. But as you come through, there's different. It's slightly different to the last one that we've seen. So there's another 4 ways to go. Big door at the front, 2 small windows on the side. One has a box, one doesn't. So we'll go through here to an optional area where the player can again sit down and relax and enjoy the movement of the level. It's an atmospheric piece made to let the player sort of sit down and take a break and enjoy the atmosphere of the level. So once they've taken a break, they can come back here and they can see that there's nowhere else to progress, but hey, there's this box here. Using intuition again, I can see, and there we go. Again, similar sort of chambers, showing the player that these are familiar. They signal progression. The player is progressing throughout the level. They haven't got lost. And we go through here. That was blocked. Again, another atmospheric window. Don't have to worry about that. Another atmospheric window. As we come through here, see, it shows the player before they really get through the door, sort of the environment that they're heading to. So we go over there, we pan over here. There we go. There's the sort of the end of the level that we were highlighted to before when we started the level. So we'll try and get across these hazardous platforms. So what is it? So even though I've used movement to signify that the level is alive and bustling, and player movement and player like freedom of movement is highlighted. Again, contrary to that, I've sort of done it so that movement is also, it can be dangerous, it can be a hazard, and the player needs to be careful and control their movement as they traverse through the level. We land out here. We see that this is where to progress, but there is this little cubby hole down here. So if we explore around here, so there's these boxes. We can knock them over, interact with the level. Interaction with the sort of environment is also, I feel, is a key note to employ in a level so that the player doesn't feel bored or sort of unimmersed in the environment, and it doesn't feel like he's sort of like they are just a player playing a game. They do feel like they are a person that's in this world. So as you come down here, through this window, through this building, go down the stairs, and there we go. We get introduced right back to the beginning of the level where we have started, creating a closed sort of loop. There we go. And if you wanted to do that again, we'd have to go around the same way we came. But now the player can go ahead and come over here, back to where he started, and leave the level. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this level, and I will see you later. Bye now.